Now, the first reason why a man could break your heart or just wake up to walk away from you is when you are uncertain about yourself. Many ladies are so uncertain about themselves, they are just trying to be someone else because they want to look more beautiful, want to look more intelligent, more smart, more acceptable, and sometimes those things doesn't work because you end up attracting the wrong person. Of course, the picture you portray is what is going to attract the man that you desire. Yes, sometimes when you are looking like someone else, you already have another identity, and that identity you are putting on will attract a different person. And when the person comes, the person is going to find a different person from you altogether because what you're putting on the outside is so different from who you are on the inside. Yeah, so it's very important that you stay original, be yourself, like look yourself, talk like yourself, communicate like you, think like you, like relate like you. Very important if you do that because when you are someone else, you are definitely going to attract a kind of man that suits into the person you want to look like, not necessarily who you are. Stay original, be original, look original, talk original, relate original, and don't be afraid to be yourself. Every single person have their kind of man out there. The same way every man has their kind of woman. So be original because when you are original, you will attract your kind of man. It might take some time for him to arrive, but it's very good if you can wait. Of course, you will not be disappointed because at the end of the day, if the person is leaving you, they leave you with heartbreak, you are hot and it's not necessary. So it's very important that you just choose to stay original. This is one key reason why men could be breaking your heart and they have been walking away because what they saw, what attracted them is not what the content is. You are so different from what you look like. So make sure you have your identity with you, like you have a perfect identity that really belongs to you, both in your looks and your appearance. Next is character traits. Certain men have character preferences, and what they might be looking out for in a woman might not be what you have. Of course, character takes time to be discovered. Someone can be attracted to you on the first sight, and the person wants to just likes the way you're looking and wants to be with you, but through the process of dating, the person comes to the place of discovering your character. Now, this doesn't make you a bad person. Character traits or personality traits, it just has to do with your person. Like, not bad, but you might be a quiet person or someone who is an extrovert and the person wants an introvert, or the person wants an extrovert while you are an introvert. So it just differs, but you must understand that when it has to do with character traits, someone is likely, the guy or the person is likely to walk away from you and wouldn't want to stay, not because you're a bad person, but simply the fact that he has discovered who you are. Of course, people don't discover you by their first sight. They need to spend some time with you. They learn how you communicate. They learn how you relate. They learn your lifestyle, the way you do things, and they could stay because they love it or they would want to leave. So that's why I encourage people not to be quick at committing at the dating stage of relationship, because at the dating stage is a place where you take your time to really know who this person is, as well as the person also studies you. So you might not be comfortable with his character trait the same way he might not be comfortable with yours. So, but somehow the reason why you got hurt or you get hurt at the end of the day is that maybe in your heart you have already accepted him, and at the dating stage you have decided to commit so much. And when he finally discovers that the character traits you possess is not really what he wants to be or spend his whole life with, like getting married to you or want to still hang with you, he walks away, and that gets you hurt, that gets you broken. But it shouldn't be that way. So if he is bold enough to open up to tell you that he's not comfortable with your character trait, that he wants something else, that doesn't make him a bad person. Still, he's just being bold and he's being real, and that's okay and that's fine. So my piece of advice to this kind of experience is that you shouldn't be quick to commit so much when you meet someone. Give enough time to be sure that this person has learned your person, so that if he finally decides to work with you, that is beautiful. But if he decides to live your life, you are not going to be hurt or broken just because he has chosen to leave. because people discover you before they make their final decision. So give him room to either want to stay with you or walk away from you. None of this is a bad decision, it's just a choice. And of course, the dating stage of relationship gives you a very good room to make your choices without anybody stigmatizing you. And this takes me to the next thing I want to talk about, which is nagging and lack of peace. You have to understand that men are scared of by constant conflict. So you have to pay attention to what comes out from you. So if you are always nagging and you lack peace, some people are like that anyway. Some characters are like that, and it can be formed by an environment, experience, past lives, and so many things that could bring about that. But it is important that you pay attention to that aspect of your life and deal with it as soon as possible before it deals with you. That could bring about them deciding to leave you, and they keep living as they are coming. Not because of any other thing, but they are scared of the very fact that you're going to knock life out of them. So nobody loves that. You can work on yourself. You can't just decide to work on yourself, make up your mind to do so. I have a video on how to manage a nagging wife. I think some tips I shared in that video is going to equally help you to know how to navigate that lifestyle of nagging that you might have cultivated by, experience or by environment or just anyhow, but the solution is there. So check out my video on how to manage a nagging wife. It will definitely help you. No man likes or loves to be with a nagging woman or a woman who is never peaceful. So work on yourself when it comes to that. Don't ignore that when they point that to you. And the next one, which is taking more than you are giving. Some ladies are good at being a burden to a man. Not even in marriage will you be a burden to a man. In marriage, there is shared responsibility. In fact, you are called a helpmeet, so you are called to help. So, but in relationships, you see, some ladies are they have this mentality or ideology of the very fact that this man ought to be providing every of their needs, and sometimes you are just a burden to him, you are a weight to him, you are just a responsibility. He provides virtually everything for you, and no man loves to have that as a relationship. I can assure you, it will not be long. He's going to walk away and he will break your heart. So be sure that you are not so demanding in your relationship. Be very sure that you are not always taking. So there must be a balance. You have to decide on keeping it at a balance. You take from him, that's fine. He takes from you. It mustn't always be coming from his end. You can decide to also be a blessing. You can share what you have, whether knowledge, gifts or whatever, even money. Yes, so work hard to make your money, work hard to meet your needs. If you can do that, it's really going to help a lot because your value is going to shoot up, and I can assure you it's going to help in your relationship keeping a man. So when a man sees that you are a burden, you are a responsibility, he's funding you, he's investing in you, and he's not even sure of return because maybe you look lazy, like because someone who always take looks lazy. So you have to be sure that that is not what has been ruining your relationships and getting you hurt and broken when they come in. And so finally is over trusting and availability. You have to let him know that he has not completely won you. So you just don't have to be available every time. You shouldn't be the one to always call, to always check on him. So don't be so available and let him understand that he has not completely won you. So check out for the times you call and the times you send messages. Have a restriction to that. Have times you pick up calls. Just understand that everything must be on a balance so that he would know that he doesn't own your life. And some ladies make this mistake of, making a man believes that he is everything, he is their life. They can't even get to the point of telling him that he is their life and they can't do without him. But of course, you can do without him. So it's very important that you draw the lines, focus more on enjoying yourself independently. Of course, that's the benefit of singlehood. So if you haven't built an environment where you thrive alone, at least have some peace alone. When you're alone, when you are alone, you are fine all by yourself. You need that because it's going to help you in your relationship. But some persons haven't found themselves suffering from the fact that they cannot be with themselves. They can't have fun alone. They can't enjoy alone. They can't celebrate themselves, and that is going to affect your relationship because when you are too dependent, you are just into someone, and it looks as though your life can't just stand outside of this person, it's likely going to ruin your relationship, because men don't like being chased, because it's just going to get you to that place of chasing the man. So he wants to be in charge when it comes to chasing you. So give him room to chase you. I will always say that. That is going to help to keep the right person when he is there. Even if you're the right person and you have this in you, it could get him to walking away and getting more of them to even walk away from you. And that gets you to the point of heartbreaks and hearts. You can decide to add these values I listed to yourself to attract a better relationship, a lovely person that will spend their time and their life with you. Give it a try and trust me, you will love to come back.